Okay, good morning, all of you. So today we are going to start Jenkins with Docker. Okay, so we don't have any class on tomorrow. Okay, just complete the Docker things and so so 5 days in a week only. So if there is any class on Saturday, I will inform. Otherwise, by default, no class on Saturdays. Okay, 5 days in a week. So practice it. Okay, guys. So Jenkins with Docker. Hi, sir. Workshop free of cost, na? Yes, free of cost. There is no workshop. My workshop tomorrow. I think Java is there. Multi-cloud is there, I think. Okay. If you want to join, you can join. Okay. So guys, so let's go to here. So Jenkins with Docker. Okay. Same yesterday, we are already done some Docker file builds. So that Docker file builds. Okay. This is my GitHub. And this is my ECR. Okay. Or Docker private registry, your Docker private registry. So this is Docker build. So in the GitHub, so if any source code will be there, we need to build this, right? By using Docker file, we need to convert into image. This image you can run or push it into ECR. Okay, this entire process is integration, not deployment. Is this clear? Yeah, this is entire is integration, not deployment. So where the application is going to run, that we can discuss in the later. So this is entire is integration. So yesterday we already done clone the GitHub repository, build the Docker file and multi scenarios in the Docker file. From the Docker file, whenever you can run the Docker file, one image will generate. You can run that image or you can push it into ECR. Two options. So usually we are push the image into ECR. We are not run any Docker run. So we can go with the Kubernetes. Okay. So, produce the image, only the Docker job here. And next, whenever you push the image into ECR, from that ECR, Kubernetes journey will start. Okay. So for that, first, what I need to install in my EC2 instance. So you guys say, so that I will follow. Need to install Jenkins Docker. Let me check Docker version. So my client and server both are in running conditions. Next, Jenkins. So Jenkins also there. Anything is required? Yeah, Git. So Git also there. Next, Java ECR login. Okay. So what about Maven? So depends on your Docker file, right? If you go with only Tomcat deployment, we need to install Maven also, right? So let me go for Maven install also. Your wish, whatever you can do it here. What is the command? MVN version, Maven version. MVN version, right? Yeah, MVN version also there. Okay, so the first step is if you want to configure Jenkins, so first we need to install Docker plugin. Okay. So first we need to install Docker plugin into Jenkins. And next, Amazon ECR. Amazon ECR. So Maven, your wish. So if you are in your Jenkins, sorry, in your Docker file, if the Docker file is not managing MVN means that MVN we need to install into the EC2 instance. If the Docker file itself MVN also managing means here no need to install Maven. Yesterday already I have shown you, right? I have removed Maven packages from my EC2 instance. I ran already that Docker file including Maven. Okay, that is a scenario we need to understand. The Docker file depends on your Docker file. We need to manage. Amazon ECR. Yeah, this two is fine. Okay, these two plugins are fine to integrate your Docker with Jenkins. So let's connect. Yeah. Okay, let's go for manage Jenkins. Yes, I will show you one thing. Wait, Vardhan. See, he is the Vardhan actually. Okay, I think mentor, right? Just recently completed DevOps training from me. So whatever the notes I'm giving into the notepad. Okay, so just wait. Think not here. So we're implementing like this one project. Okay, so this is main project actually. So you also need to work on that after complete Kubernetes and Docker and all. Just wait. Just give me 1 minute. By the way, are you ready for Sunday exam AWS? Yes, sir. 1 week time. Yeah, here only there. Yeah, see his dedication. So he prepared my notes. Okay, I mean, whatever notepad I'm going to give is just prepared into the one Word document. Very nice. Everything is there from Git to Kubernetes. So Terraform and everything. He is the fresher. He cleared 3 companies. Fresher. Yeah, he's a non-IT guy. First day, still I remember, sir, I'm the non-IT, sir. Am I able to clear the interview? I don't know what is even server also. Now he's the gem. DevOps, whatever task you can give, he's best example, guys. Many people, freshers will get job or not. Hmm? Best example. He's the mechanical guy, I think so. So everything is updated. So very nice. So this is, I think, 150 pages closely. So I'm going to make it as a 250 pages. So I'm going to add list of Docker files, list of Jenkins files, okay, and entry questions, whatever, resume, one sample resume also I'm going to update here, and one final big project. So when I say big project, guys, project means, you guys yesterday done some Swiggy and all, right? If you consider that is also project, but in my case, that is not a project, okay? One project is enough, not for 7 8 projects. If I consider like whatever we discussed, that is project means we can consider 10 projects, but that is just for one of the phase of the DevOps. Okay, I'm not going to consider that is a project first of all. So project means we need to involve all, like a front end, back end, DB, monitoring, security. Okay, so everything need to mention in that. So if I say that one Swiggy page, Hotstar page, that is okay. One point of view, that is project. Yes, just Docker file and deploy into the just uh, Kubernetes and all. Just a minute. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to make it as a 250 pages. So just go through this document as a reference till get your job, so that it is maybe helpful for you. That's all. Okay. So coming back to this Jenkins. Okay. So first, what I need to do, guys? Go where we can go plugins. Um, yeah, available plugins. I think I have installed. So you have to give Docker. So in my case, it is install plugins, Docker. Done. Okay. So next, Amazon ECR plugin. You just both plugins you need to be installed. Mm. Please share with us. Definitely. Definitely, I will share. After do some changes, I will give the document to you. Okay, so my plugins are ready. Next, what I can do? Directly go for pipeline job. So guys, self-learning is very important for everyone, first of all. So if I think whatever tasks I discuss here, I'm giving same tasks to you. I'm not giving any additional tasks. Okay. So if you can see, I'm going to give only one task for you for this weekend. What I'm not discussing here. If you can see, the manage Jenkins, not manage Jenkins. So with your whatever Jenkins knowledge, we can easily understand the things now. So Docker Jenkins, my job is. So multi-branch pipeline. This is your work. Okay. So yes, I haven't discussed on this, but you can easily learn. Multi-branch means what, guys? Where? Branch means where? Multi-branch means what? Understand? Multi-branch pipeline. That's it, right? Multi-branch, where it is available? Git only. We can configure multi-branch only. That's it. Everything process is same. So try to understand, explore that, and we'll see Monday. Okay, this is one of the tasks in the Jenkins. Yeah. So pipeline. Okay, tell me, guys. So first, guys, just I'm going to check your knowledge since we already completed Jenkins 90%. The things. What is this? Yeah, how it will work? Tell me how it will work. Tell me right or wrong, no problem. With the Jenkins file means what? Exactly. So no need to write any Jenkins file here, right? If you have already Jenkins file this pipeline, you can call from GitHub. If you can see any project from any Google, any GitHub in Google, there is a Jenkins file. Don't confuse. The Jenkins file means they are calling from here by using SCM. Understand why Jenkins file is here? Don't confuse. So this is the concept. Pipeline script from SCM. Already we done Terraform, right? Yeah. Okay. So pipeline script. So yeah, let's go there. So I'm going to check your knowledge today entirely. I'm going, not this one. I'll just show you one pipeline. Docker. Hmm. Control C. Let's go to new node. It's not required. Skip this. Okay. Tell me, guys, what you can understand from this. How many? First of all, if any Jenkins files, first we need to understand how many stages are there. Here, how many stages are there? Hmm? Yeah, 4. Okay. The first one is what? Clone the repository. Okay, if I clone the repository, your Jenkins is going to clone the repository. Where it is cloned? Where in your EC2 instance? Where? In workspace. In workspace, cd var lib Jenkins workspace, your pipeline. If you go, you are able to see your git clone. But here will not get any git repo name. We'll get directly files on your pipeline name. Okay. Okay. Next one is what? Maven install. So whatever you are going to clone, that is Maven Java related project. So you are using Maven install. Third one is what? Hmm? Docker build the image. Yesterday already we done manual process. That command you can take and put here. Understand? So Docker build -t demo. So my image name is demo dot. You just ignore these 3 at this time. I will tell you why. Anyway, you know these commands, right? What is the second command? Forcefully remove what? All containers. All containers will be deleted. What is this? Run the container. What is this? Delete what? Delete images. Okay. If I give -f here, forcefully delete all images. Otherwise, we need to confirm yes or no. Okay. Anyway, just keep it. So, any doubt on this build? Anyone? Anyone? Any has no doubts, right? Let's go to next. Push to ECR. The first command is what, guys? Same thing. Manually we have done. What is that? ECR login. If it is a Docker, Docker login. Next one is what? Tag the image. We need to tag the image to push it, right? So then push the image. Clear? Any new thing is there here? No. So it is apply for everywhere. If you take any Kubernetes, na, same apply for Jenkins also. Jenkins with Docker means don't confuse. Whatever commands you are giving manually, same commands you are give to Jenkins. You are hand over to Jenkins. It has to take care one by one, one by one. Understand? Where IS? Is syntax, sir. Where? Okay, okay. Guys, I told you right already. If multiple commands say there, we have to give like this way. Otherwise, you need to give sh for each command. Clear till here everything? Then it's copy this. Okay, okay. What is this? Yeah, what is the meaning of agent any here? Agent any means master and node concept. Here you have to define what? If I want to run specific node, this pipeline, how to define here? Agent, no, label. We have to give label and node name. Before that, you have to create manage nodes into the Jenkins, master on nodes. Okay. The node is available. The node is going to communicate your master means, then from here it will work the command. If master is unable to communicate your node, if you give here label also no use. Why? Master and node communication, there is no communication first of all, right? Okay. Yeah, label is slave. I mean, slave means you can give any label, whatever you are while creating time, whatever label you are giving at the time. You have to define that. Clear? Perfect. So here I need to do some changes related to my GitHub URL. I'll just let me change this one. So Git, so branch name, pipeline script. Okay, so if I apply save, will it work or not? Understand, guys? If I run this, will it work or not? We have to attach role. Very good. Why? So I'm communicating to ECR. ECR is an other service, not inside EC2, right? So first your EC2 is going to communicate with other service. First we need to create a role. Understand? Again, IAM dependency, AWS dependency. So let's go and create role. I think my end is there. Yeah, my end is already there. So how to create? Just give the EC2 and attach permissions of ECR full access. Then come to role and attach to your EC2 instance. Okay. Okay, role is also fine. So step one, fine. And next, still any dependencies. Docker already install. Next. Very good, Ramesh. First, we need to create ECR, right? Understand or not? ECR. I'm going to push this, right? These commands will come from where ECR only, right? First, we need to create ECR and give those commands onto here, right? So if you can see here, what is my image name? Demo. So you can create repository in the demo name. No need to change here commands. Understand what I'm trying to say here? Otherwise, what you need to do? You need to copy paste the commands from here to there. Let's go to ECR. Yeah. So I'm going to create a repository and the name of demo. So create repository. Whenever you can create a repository, the all commands, the push commands, there is a demo for everywhere, right? So my image name also demo. So no need to change. Understand? Still I'm using. Okay, maybe better to copy paste from here. Maybe that is different region. So first one is what? Login is required. I'm copying this from here to change this one. Okay. Perfect. What is the next step? Come here. What is the next step, guys? Docker build -t demo. Do I need to add into this? No, this is taken care by your Docker. So already build stage is there. Just leave this one. Next, tagging is required, right? To push, we need to tag it. Yeah. Next, we need to use the push command. Clear? Any questions here? Same like manual process, how you ran before to push the image. Clear? Apply, save. So, no, it is not possible. Possible, not possible means it's a, so many steps we need to take care. First, we need to configure AWS keys and it's, that role, existing role we can call, but role cannot create. So from the Jenkins, cannot create means that is also possible. The CLI command, whatever there is to create a role, we need to run into the Jenkins pipeline to create a role. That's it, right? But once again, I'm saying that the approaches are to create roles. Any services go with Terraform. Okay, that is not this job. Jenkins will not do that in a job. Why? Dependencies. If the Jenkins will delete, the role also will delete. So that is not a correct process. Creation of resources, we should not add into the any existing process jobs. Creation of services is a one-time jobs. We should not add into that frequent jobs. Okay. Yeah. Let's come now. So, yeah, before that, where is my EC2? Yeah, here only. Docker images. No images are there, right? in my Docker here. Let's go and run now. This is the job, right? Build now. So, well, why is this? Okay, let's go there to configurations. Yeah, correct. So, yeah, this is not required. Okay. So if you can validate, first two is open and last two is close. And two. So two. I think here also one more will come. Correct, right? Like that we can validate. Two. Yeah, perfect. Now you can build, start the process. Okay. So Maven install. Maven install. Var file generated. That var file Docker is taking into the move into the Tomcat. Failed. Thanks. We'll go and check. Mm. Okay. Okay. So why it is fail? Anyone? Read this error. Dot missed. Where? No. Okay. Let's come now. Come to your EC2 instance. Docker. So issue is in remove. Docker remove, right? So what I have given here. Docker. Yeah. Okay. First of all, this one also will change weight. Okay. Control C. Control V. Control C. Control V. I will tell you why. Okay. Let's go and delete these two. Okay, guys. Okay. So apply and save. That's what I will discuss. Shravan, wait. Okay, Docker build done, right? Guys, okay, this is done anyway. So if you can come to Docker, our Docker notes, where it is. Yeah. So you need to run this command before work with Jenkins. So Docker sock is there, right? This is will work for your EC2 instance only. So you are giving to Jenkins users permission also. Whenever Jenkins install, user will create, right? If you can give var run docker.sock means 666 means read write permission. If you are not give this command, so you will get an error, permission denied error if you run a job. So you just take this and run into your Docker EC2 instance. Understand what I'm trying to say? That's what I have given this command is to while installing Docker time. Okay. So Jenkins script handling this means this is by default read operation only. They are not write operation from the Jenkins. So when Docker sock read operation means Docker is unable to communicate with the client. I mean server. So if you give 666 means user read write, group read write. So in that case only Jenkins is able to write the Docker build and things here. Okay. That is the major step. Otherwise you will get an error, permission denied error in the Docker build. That is major one. The next one is role we need to attach. Okay. And next one is easier you have to create before. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? So now you can come. So now you can check the Docker images. So my image is demo. It's tagged. Sorry, my image is demo tagged with ECR. Okay. Okay. So it is pushed into my ECR. Where is my ECR? This one. Go for Amazon ECR, the repositories. So go into demo. So this is the latest one. Is this clear, everyone? So I'm not running any container here. Just build image, push image. This is the process. That image we need to deploy into next Kubernetes. Understand? In the Kubernetes. Why? To provide high availability concepts. Okay, scaling and all. Okay, so now you tell me, guys, go to configurations now again. Docker system prune. What is the command? -a-f. If I give this command, apply, what would be the result? Hmm. Can anyone guess what would be the response? I mean, if I run pipeline, what would be the result? It is going to success or failed. Pipeline. I'm asking pipeline. Fail. Fail. Okay. Where we can see the fail? Oh, Ramesh is saying success. Okay, no problem. Okay, we'll get a fail and push to ECR, right? Let's go on run now. Guys, before that, I'm going to discard this. Okay, 2 builds only. Otherwise, it is going to maintain history. So apply save. Build now. Docker build will get an error. Will get an error. Yes. What is the error, guys? Tell me now. This is your This is actually expected error. Okay. Tell me. It's already created with the same name. What? Container. Container already running in the same port, right? Understand or not? You ran already container 8081. See guys, you are already running container 8081. The container already running. When? Before build. Again, you are running, you are creating same image, same port you are asking. How it will allow? Is it point or not? Okay. For example, let's come now. My Docker images. So Docker images are there. Okay. It is running on which port? 8081. If you try to run Docker run -dt -p 8081 8080. What is the image name? Demo. What is the error? Same thing, right? Jenkins also. Whatever you are running here, Jenkins also will do same thing. Port already allowed, right? Okay. Understand? Mm. So PS minus AQ. Okay. Save, apply, save. If I run this Docker file, success or failure? If failure means where will get failure? Hmm? Tell me guys, see this. Hmm. If I run this pipeline, it will success or not? If it is a fail, which stage will get a fail? You have to deal. No, no, no. I'm asking question. Just say answer only, right? A fail or answer? 50-50. Yeah. I'm not asking till where it will get success. Finally, pipeline fail or success. Git clone success, sir. Maven success, sir. I'm not asking that. Fail or success. So you guys are saying fail. And which stage? Now the second question. If it is fail, on which stage we will get a fail? Push to ECR, huh? Okay. Apply, save. Even I too don't know, guys. I'm checking here only. Docker build success. Clear? Now fail. Image push to ECR also success. Why? Let's go to EC2 Docker images. Docker images. See, this image is created and pushed into ECR. Let's go now to pipeline again. Tell me, guys. Deleted all previous images. Deleted all previous images and new image is created. Then my question is here. Yeah, that is correct. It has to delete all images, right? Docker system prune -a-f means what? It will delete all images. It will delete all images and then tell me then create new image. Understand or not? So that is going to push into ECR. Okay, apply save. Again, I'm going to run. This time, this time, let's go to your EC2 instance now. So this is where 27 seconds ago, when it is created. So after that, right? So this one already deleted, right? Otherwise, we are able to see here two images, right? Understand or not? Yeah. Let's go to where? Understand? Every time one image is going to push, right? So this tag is updated latest always. So this is the latest one. This is the old one. This is the before old one. Understand? So now what you need to do, your work is to do with the Docker. This is easier, right? You need to perform into the Docker. Your target is what? What? Docker private registry. So now the target is easier, right? The now target is Docker private registry. Is this clear? Okay. So actually, guys, this is the latest tag, right? This is the latest tag, right? So what we are going to perform now here, this latest tag again push to GitHub. Next task is, understand why? Let's go to my GitHub repository. What is this AML? Just I'm going to give you some idea. Okay. Yeah. So this AML is what here? This is Kubernetes AML. Understand? In this Kubernetes YAML, okay, this is a different one. I will show you a different one. So this is private Docker registry. Let's go to, I will show you. mm, Let me check this one. Kubernetes deployment.yaml. Yeah. Can you check this one? What you can understand? Try to understand just only. This deployment, what it does. Leave it for Kubernetes and all. What it does, just what any known points you know here. Hmm? What you can understand? Taking image from ECR, right? See, taking image from ECR and then creating two containers. Okay. And it is run means two containers will create, means two pods will create. Understand? Now inside pods, application is there, right? Then how to give the access? That pods. So that service.yaml. Okay, what type of it is? Load balancer. To give access, load balancer or IP. But here, how many containers are there? Two containers we cannot give in the IP, right? Different IPs, right? So load balancer. So now you can understand. In the very starting class, we discussed load balancer. Two instances, how to give the configurations. We need to create a target group. In the target group, we can add your target instances. We can configure load balancers. Load balancer. Give the load balancer access to public. They can able to access any one of the EC2 instance, maybe based on the topic. Same thing. In place of two instances, here two containers, two pods. Understand? If you want to create 10 pods, for example, 10 instances in AWS, I mean VM concept, 10 instances are required. So what you can do? Just not, so today I need 10 instances. So how you can achieve this? Auto scaling. If you give set point 10, your application is running on EC2 instances. If you use set point 10, 15, 20, it is going to increase the count of the instances, right? All instances, same image or different images? Same AMI. Understand? Same AMI, all instances running in same AMI. That instances you are giving access through load balancer. So your clients, users can able to access through load balancer for all the instances, since there is a same application. Is this clear? Here in the container pods concept, if I want to create a 20, there are 20 instances, there are 20 pods. There you need to create a launch template. Understand? Before that AMI, you need to call that AMI into the same launch template. And we need to give the launch template into auto scaling group configurations. So the auto scaling group trigger that launch template and create EC2 instance with the same image into the same target group. Clear? So you have to configure all the steps. Here is very easy. Just go to here, change the number here only. This is called self-healing. Kubernetes control is there, self-healing control. It will automatically create instances based on your request. Instances means pods. Understand? There you need to configure everything, launch template, AMI, everything you have to take care. Here, just this YAML if you run means automatically whatever number you are giving here, that is going to create a replicas, pod replicas. Understand? Yeah. Now, there reference is which one to get a same application in EC2 instance, which one is the reference? Same application. Yes, launch template, all configurations, but only application depends on where. Same application depends on where. AMI. First you need to create AMI, right? First you need to create AMI. That AMI you need to configure launch template. See, first you need to create AMI, then only launch template, right? If you create launch template without AMI, is there any use? It will create a new EC2 instance. Their reference for same application, AMI. Here reference for same application. Which one? ECR inside whatever image is there in ECR, right? Now we can come here. This is my image already pushed, right? This image is a reference for this Kubernetes. It will create containers from this image, multiple containers, multiple pods. Their reference is AMI. Understand the differences, no? The microservices and monolithic, no? Here, the inside pod, there is no dependencies. Only inside your application will be there to run that application. If it is a Python application, I need Python. If it is a Java application, I need Java. Run the application, run dependencies. The run dependencies, whatever you have added into your Docker, it is going to take care. So your application created from Docker file. The Docker file source is your source code. To run that application, you know what dependencies is required. While running Docker time, you are added the dependencies. So we already seen the Python project. Did we add any Java dependencies? No, right? We added what? Only Python dependencies. If you add Java dependencies, Maven dependencies, Tomcat dependencies, Git dependencies, not required to run this application. That's it. To run that application, I need Python. Understand? If you have a Python code in your local laptop, what you can do? You need to install Python to run the Python code. That's it, right? Same thing there also. Whatever dependencies required to run your code, that dependencies you can add. That's it. And push this image into ECR or Docker and anywhere. Call that image, deploy into your Kubernetes service. But looks like this is very easy, right? So, sir, only this AML file, this service.aml is fine to learn Kubernetes? No. It's a big version. So many things are there in that. To write a YAML file, one class is enough to understand. But Kubernetes, lot of things are there to understand. If you can see here, this architecture. You need to learn this much of portion into the Kubernetes. Entire is Kubernetes. Okay, you need to understand this entire area is a Kubernetes. So complete depends on your AWS classes. Once again, I'm saying that if you know AWS classes very well, especially EC2 instance, load balancer, auto scaling, this is very, very easy for you. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult. So my strong recommendation, these 2 days, okay, go through the AWS concepts, auto scaling and load balance. Anyway, I'm going to give test anyway. You have to go it if you want to attempt the test. So these many, we are going to learn roles and our rollbacks, security, monitoring, horizontal auto scaling. So many things are there in this. So many things. Okay. Maybe it's close to 15 days to complete. Okay, 15 working days. Volumes concepts, Grafana concepts, EFK stack. So many things are there here. Okay. So any questions? Yeah. So, okay. Now, if you can see, this is architecture, right? In this architecture, where we are now? Don't say Naresh IT. Here. Which place we are in this architecture? This is ECR. You are here, right? From here, you can write a Jenkins pipeline to deploy your application. But here Argo seed is there. I'm using, yes, Jenkins project also we can do 1 or 2 projects. Same thing, projects means what we can add this to the 2 YAML files into also your same project. Whenever you clone, Docker file will come, Kubernetes files will come, service files will come, your source code will come. Only to one command, Kubernetes, kubectl apply -f deployment.yaml. Your deployment done. If you can go to the Jenkins, if you run one single command, the image will deploy into your Kubernetes. That's it. But if you can see here, we need to understand so many things here. If I show now, just now, the run the Docker build, one image is pushed to ECR, right? But in real time, we need to orchestrate that process. Any source code changes will come, automatically Docker build will come, automatically new tag is going to add that image, automatically that image is pushed to GitHub, automatically that image has to take care of your Kubernetes. Everything is from the scratch, everything is automation. That level you need to learn. Okay. So here I'm using Jenkins till CI, integration. That's what we discussed in the starting, right? Integration is nothing but what? Push your image into ECR. Okay. So don't miss these classes. If you miss, you are unlucky, guys. The reason you can understand, if you want to learn the same concept from the Google or YouTube anywhere, no clarity anywhere. Since why I'm saying, we have recently implemented this project in my organization. Okay. We struggle a lot. Nowhere any documents. Recently, the Argo CDs came into the picture recently. Argo CD, Rancher, these are comes under Kubernetes documents, Kubernetes concepts. Okay. So don't miss these classes are very, very important. If you go any institution, no one is give training on this. This is very clear. You can go and check anywhere. Okay. And this part is EFK. This one also very, very important one. Very, very difficult one. In this, especially in this EFK stack, when I say EFK stack, guys, here two type of monitoring systems are there. This is what? Grafana Prometheus. What is Grafana Prometheus? So if you create here 9 pods are there, right? 3 pods are front end, 3 pods are back end, 3 pods are DB. Front end application, it's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to deploy, not for develop a front end application. Understand? Your front end application need to deploy this area. Your back end application need to deploy this area. Your DB dependencies, DB related area, we have to deploy this area. Configure is your responsibility. Front end to back end to DB. Okay. So, yeah. For example, 9 pods are running here, right? 9 pods are running here. I need to understand the 9 pods running, the resources running and where? To require resources, pods will take some resources to run it, right? It will take from where? Host machine. So in the Grafana Prometheus, only to monitor metrics, not application logs. It's a 2 type of variations here. Application logs are separate. Metrics are separate. Metrics means how much RAM, how much CPU, how much storage, kind of how many pods running, how many nodes are there, my pod running on which node. This information only I can see here. Your pod may fail, for example. What you can do, your container may fail. What you can do, we have 2 options, Docker inspect or Docker logs container. I will show you one class, the troubleshooting activities in the Docker. Docker logs container, if you can go, see here only 2 things, guys. Error means there is no like a big errors. Image path is wrong, that error will come. Okay, if your image is correct, no problem. Your port number is wrong, port number issue will come. Nothing is there to come errors in that. 2-3 errors only. Understand? But same in the pod also. If any error will get, if you go log in your Kubernetes and check the specific pod and again log in into the pod, check the error, it's a very difficult task. Here only 9 pods are there. In real time, hundreds pods will run, thousands pods will run. Which pod you can select and go inside to select to log in and check the logs? It's very difficult, right? We are taking entire logs information into one dashboard. List of pods, namespace, dashboard, which issue. Directly go and check the Kibana logs, Kibana dashboard. Okay. So Elasticsearch is it's a log collector kind of service it is. And Fluent is Fluent bit is it is some agent. It will install this agent into all pods to get the information of pods. Understand? So we need to add some agent to collect the logs into Kibana dashboard, right? That agent is taken care by Fluent. It will go and install all pods. 1,000 pods are there. 1,000 pods it is going to install the Fluent. For example, Ansible. If you want to do some activity, the Ansible will take care of all nodes, right? Kind of work it will go here. But Ansible will not enter into this part. Why? Nodes are very less. Pods are very more. Understand? 1 or 2 nodes maybe, or 3 nodes or 4 nodes. Not required Ansible. That is different story Ansible is. What is this? What is this? Terraform. This one, I think yet to discuss this service. I will discuss. Route 53. Okay, it's a DNS service. So we are we are going to give access for what, guys? Load balancer URL, right? That is not that is a nasty URL. Load balancer URL is not for your domain name URL, right? ELB dot AP South1 dot com something is there. But we need to reconfigure with your required domain name, like a flipkart.com, amazon.com, myproject.com. We can configure, we can give that domain name. Okay, that is I will cover. So out of here in this project, the difficult one is this area, guys. It's contain too many AML files, like a closely 20 AML files. Each AML files like a 300, 400 lines. Okay. So no need to develop that AML files that is already existing, but calling is the different. First one, what we need to call. If you understand this three now, you can easily understand Kubernetes. Why? All AMLs will cover here. Security AMLs, rollback AMLs, deployment AMLs, service data AML, 20 plus AML files categories we have. Here we have seen only two AMLs, deployment and service, right? The background, the 20 AMLs will run, then only we can access deployment AML, service AML. Is this clear? But don't panic. I will take care everything. Okay. Again, see question Nagarjuna. ECR will create, how we can create ECR? How we can create ECR service? I think Sharma, your question is correct. Any questions I miss? Docker fish symbol. Yes. The new symbol. New symbol. Sam, how can we access? That's what I am role, right? Right? That's what I am role, right? Next. Docker wala symbol. Yes. Next. Any questions here? Yeah. Guys, okay. This is privy. This is Docker. This is Docker. Instead, what these are? Containers. It is bringing for us containers. Okay. What is this fly? Okay, this can we can discuss later. Just for dependency check. Dependency check. Dependencies will be there or not for dependency check tool OVA. What is this? Guys, this is new logo of Sonar. Okay. What is a Sonar queue? What it does? Analyze the code, right? Where is my code? Here, the node. Understand? Okay, at least you know something. Project means what kind of tools we have, right? Yeah. Yeah, what is this? This is privy image scanner. So I can scan image here also. Let's come here. This is my image, right? Click on that image. So come down, scanning and vulnerabilities. ECR also we can scan it. It will give the report, scan, enter your image. Any vulnerabilities are there. Vulnerabilities means any risk factors are there from the hackers. No, external communication, it is not worked. You have to configure keys at the time. Arun Kumar Reddy. External communication means you are not inside of AWS environment, right? How you can authenticate? By keys. So our project, enter project is on cloud. Then I don't think so keys required here. Why? First time keys required to communicate your Terraform code. Whenever Terraform is created, one EC2 will be created. From the EC2, you can clone, do all activities from the EC2. Understand? So for example, I'm going to run a Terraform code here. Definitely by case, I need to configure keys. This is first time job. This Terraform code, create EC2 instance, On top of the instance, it will install all the dependencies, Maven, so on, are required your project. And also, we are going to create a role and attaching permission to the same EC2. Understand now? Now EC2 is created. For example, you just log in that EC2 instance. That EC2 instance, role is there, attached role is there, all dependencies is there. Log in Jenkins, do your work. Understand? ECR also created. The same Terraform, you can create ECR also. The script, we can add multiple main.tfs, right? Your ECR also ready. Your service, your server also ready. Log in Jenkins, start your work. Anyway, I'm going to take that entire project, okay? From the scratch, don't worry. DB server can't be scale up application server. Yes, that we know already. I have to take one class on that. DB server can't be scale up. Anyone, why we can't scale up? Anyone here? Like a load balancer, I think I already discussed, right? We can configure load balancer with web server. We can configure load balancer with auto scaling, but not like DB. Why? For all images, one easier enough, sir. Depends on requirement. See, maybe if they create different ECRs, front end ECR, back end ECR. Okay, ECR service is one. Don't confuse. Repositories we can multiple. One repository for front end, one repository for back end, one repository for DB, whatever. Anyway, DB is different one. Okay. Any questions? So what is your work for this weekend? Two tasks I given. One is for multi-branch pipeline. One is for push your image into Docker Hub. First complete this task, then go for that two. Okay. Kafka, yeah, Kafka is a big data streaming. It will come. It is not Kafka is not required here. We are the DevOps engineers. Okay. Kafka, Hadoop, okay, EMR. These are comes under big data platform. You want to learn Kafka? Yeah, understand. That is different platform, guys. Big data platform. Kafka, AWS Glue, ETL, and all. Anyway, we are the DevOps engineers. Any questions? So we can meet Monday. I think so. Two classes are pending on the Docker. The one is volumes, the Docker networks, and one is pending CMD versus entry point. As I said, I'm going to take half an hour class to understand. Why do we have a 3 pods for DB server in project? Yes, we have a 3 pods, but we need to understand the 3 pods are not master pods. One is for master, 2 is read replicas. Okay. Yeah, Docker Compose also. That's what I'm saying. 2 classes is required. Docker Compose is nothing but what? Docker Compose, your images are ready. We can manage multiple images, multiple calls by using Docker Compose. Anyway, just leave it. I will take care of that. Tuesday class. Okay. Monday class, I will finish Docker volume and networks. Very easy concepts. That 2 is. So guys, anyone had to complete Docker file, please complete it. We have a multiple Docker files, Node.js, Python, and this one also. Just go through it. Okay. Yeah. Bye guys. See you. We'll meet on Monday. AWS exam we will get Sunday evening, 5 o'clock, the paper.